Here's my promise to you today. I can show you how to get strangers to want to sell you profitable electronics daily. And I want to be clear, the lead getting strategies and systems that I'm going to share with you today, they work for all of these different things: phones, MacBooks, smartwatches, cameras, laptops, and all of the rest of these. And basically any business where you buy and resell stuff. And I know they work because I use all of them on a daily basis on all of these platforms: Facebook Marketplace, OfferUp, Craigslist, Facebook, Instagram, Google Ads, Google My Business, among many others. So I know this works from experience and not theory. L.H. Hardwick said, "A man with experience is not at the mercy of a man with an opinion." So with that being said, let's begin. First things first, for those of you who do know me, I want to address the elephant in the room. Am I going to sell you something? We'll see. I'm not going to tell you that yet. You'll have to stay and find out. But what I can tell you is we will be exporting the list of everyone who is attending live to give you a special project that I've been working on for 2 years. And I can't tell you what it is yet. You'll have to find out by staying till the end. But what I can tell you is it's more than a gift card and less than a Tesla. And every single person live here today will get it for a massive discount. As we dive in, I don't expect you to take my word for how good the opportunity I'm about to share with you is. I want to prove it to you. Let me explain. When I see stuff like this, it really bothers me. I'm not someone who's going to clickbait you into believing this business is easy. I will not sit here and say that you can put in the smallest effort and get the biggest return. I'm not a guru that says something and doesn't actually do the thing myself. You should walk the walk if you're going to talk the talk. In fact, I'd argue the walk is the only talk that matters. And so a lot of what I do is meta, meaning I try to do both show and tell at the same time. Many times now, I try to document the wins as they happen to further prove my point. For example, this is me meeting with customers while simultaneously helping my students succeed and getting my hands dirty so they don't have to. That type of meta behavior has led to this amazing outcome. These are my students meeting with their customers. These strategies and processes I'm going to show you have not only worked for me, but they have also worked for all of my Rescale students. This process helped a college student like Hunter go from only making hundreds a month to making $8,700 in profit in 1 month. These processes helped a next level phone flipper like Kayla take her business to the next level. And then it helped Jared, who went from couch flipping to flipping electronics for the first time and making over $10,000 in profit in February. And all the others that have had success with the same systems and processes. I can say with confidence that the processes and systems work. But here's the deal. If you know what you're doing, you don't need a lot of time. You just need to do the right stuff the right way. But knowing how to do the right stuff is the hardest part. I'm going to do my absolute best today to show you how to do the right stuff in the right way to get the best result the fastest. So I'm going to deliver to a very specific person today, the starter. For the person who needs a real money-making hustle, I promise that I will show you a way that is not an internet fantasy, but a way that you can make a real profit that can help you profit enough long enough to leave your job. At the end of the day, no one's going to save you. Life isn't a bedtime story. The cavalry isn't coming. You're it. So you have to learn this stuff if you want to make it work, period. So now that we got that out of the way, let's zoom all the way out. Who here actually wants to start a business that works? Great. Otherwise, this would have been a much shorter presentation. Rather than talk about all of the ways we could grow it, I want to take the reverse approach. How can you guarantee that you shrink or never grow to begin with? You never start. And if you never start, we can be pretty sure you won't get the results you want. We might laugh, but some of you are doing this right now. So let's assume you already have a few customers that have sold to you previously. Do you think that if more people figured out that you give cash for their electronics, you might make some money? I mean, duh. So here's a writer downer. All else being equal, when you double your leads, you double your business. Sometimes it really is that simple. If you go from 5 leads to 10 leads, you will have more conversations. If you have more conversations, you have more buying opportunities. When you have more buying opportunities, you buy more items. When you buy more items, you make more money. When you make more money, you invest back into getting more leads for more devices. You need to let people know about your stuff. In other words, you need to learn how to advertise. Bottom line, advertising is important because if no one knows about your business, no one sells you any items. But there's a huge reason getting leads is so important for resellers and flippers. If you always know how to get more leads, it gives you endless chances to get the business right. So here's what I'm going to do in our short time together today. I'm going to share a few breakthrough experiences I had when learning how to advertise that saved my business. You get the lesson without the scar. I'm going to share with a couple of money making and marketing and system stuff that you'll be able to deploy into your business today. I'm going to invite you to see under the curtain of what it looks like to be a rescaler instead of just a normal reseller. I'm going to help you get out of your own way so that you can dig into the valuable information that I believe will change your business and possibly your life. Cool? Great. So here's a visual of our journey together today. Pillar number 1, we're going to talk about reach outs. Now, I know you probably didn't expect this coming from me. I'm the phone flipping paid ads guy from YouTube. I'm the boring guy with the whiteboard that teaches all of the advanced marketing strategies that many of you tell me that you appreciate. But here's the deal. I've been wrong about reach outs for a long time. I thought for the longest time I could just use my marketing hammer and money to force leads into my inbox. My thoughts around reach outs started getting chiseled away when I met Matt Shirley. Matt only flips consoles and does the occasional phone, and he only uses the reach out method to do it. I was really impressed by this, but not to the point where I would take it super seriously yet. But my paid ads only and forever mindset was silently being chipped daily, seeing Matt and my students win. So here's what I did. Matt had recently joined my first little program on flipping phones. Then I asked if he would be down to teach my students how to do reach outs for consoles. He said yes, so I set up the presentation for everyone. He created an awesome presentation where he broke down all of the intricacies when it comes to reach outs and consoles. At the end of this presentation, I was blown away. In my head, I was like, wow, there's a lot of money out there that I'm just not even catching. So this was a bit hard for me to swallow considering my 7+ years in this industry. Matt was literally squeegeeing my eyeballs in front of me. I took Matt's concepts and applied them, and I got a deal my first day. At this point, I spoke with Matt about bringing him onto my team. He did, by the way. I had a goal to help people win in this business, and to do that, I needed the best people on my team. Now, Matt wasn't the only person who blew my mind and shattered my reality. Ever since he removed the blinders from my eyeballs, I had been researching the best practices for doing reach outs. Then this dude comes along. Alex Hormozy said something that totally destroyed my version of reality. He said 50% of his $100 million gym business had been built from, you guessed it, reach outs. This is me after my reality was destroyed. So here's the deal. I've been studying and implementing paid ads for nearly a decade now, specifically in the reselling space. So I had literally perfected the process of getting the lead to getting the device. In my own little reality, my brain, and this was the only and the best way to get this stuff to work. And it is a powerful tool to building your business, from a side hustle to an actual business. But here's what I got away from. I forgot the basics. I forgot the most simple rule of all: volume. The more people you talk to, the more money you make. If you do 25 reach outs a day and talk to 15 of them, the likelihood that you will make more money will probably go up. When my students started posting photos in our Resellerator Slack community, I really started to look into it further. Photos like this, and this, and this, and that. What I found was that you can easily make $2,000 to $3,000 plus per month simply from reach outs if you're willing to put in the volume. So here's the visual of our journey so far today. We talked about reach outs. We're going to move on to pillar number 2, which is paid social ads. So let's talk about pillar number 2. Running social media sponsored ads or paid ads. So I'm going to go over how I learned it. Here's how it makes me money, and here's how you can use it today. If you're getting deals from pillar number 1, reach outs, it probably wouldn't hurt to get more leads that were inbound, aka the ones that come to you, right? Let's rewind a bit. Phone flipping paid ads were not a thing 8 years ago. We were using free ads to drive leads, which was great. We were using Let Go, OfferUp, Marketplace, and a couple others to get leads for free. Until this started happening. You see, we had to become compliant with the platforms that we were using. Unfortunately, they did not want us posting ads on their platforms because they don't make money that way. People started getting banned left and right. It slaughtered phone flippers in the industry. Many never recovered or simply left the industry altogether. Changes had to be made. So my mentor at the time, David Kosciuszko, dove into paid ads a bit. Once he had figured out the basics of it, he launched a course for it. I bought it and eventually bought multiple courses on paid ads afterwards. The first course I bought was $997. The second was $2,000. The third course I bought was $5,000. This one included messenger bots as well. The last one I bought was not a course, but a mastermind that was $24,000, where I got access to the bigwigs of the marketing community. Why am I telling you this? Because the only way I was able to invest in those programs was because I was making return on the money I spent on paid ads. Every program I purchased, I gained knowledge that led me to making more money with paid ads. Learning how to run ads allowed me to grow my reselling business in Beaumont, Texas to $10,000 a month in profit without a ton of money, without a following, and without a storefront. If I had not learned how to run paid ads, I would not be here doing this webinar today. Truly, if I hadn't learned how to get leads like this, I wouldn't be in this business today. And I would have had to go back to this job as a server. Simply put, learning to run paid ads gave me the ability to survive long enough to figure out what I was doing. So what are paid ads? Simply put, letting strangers know about your stuff. So here's how it makes me money. I turn $1 into $5. For every $4.04 I spend to acquire a lead, I make approximately $27.47 back. Spend $4, make $27. My return on ad spend is 680%. Would you spend $4 to make $27? I know I would. I don't know many businesses that would turn down those types of numbers. But many phone flippers and resellers turn down those types of numbers daily, simply because they don't know how to read their data correctly. A mentor said this to me a while back. What is trackable is scalable. Once you understand the math behind paid ads, it's hard to lose. So what else is great about paid ads? There are a few reasons I love paid ads. They run 24/7. They don't eat. They don't sleep. They're easily trackable. You don't have to make sure they show up for work. And they're literally the fastest way to get leads. If you start a campaign tonight, you will likely get leads by tomorrow morning. I'm not kidding. Remember, paid ads work if you have no following. And you can start with as little as a few dollars a day. And a lot of people try to make them sound complicated. They're not. They only make them sound complicated because they don't understand them well enough yet to explain them simply. I'm going to say that again. People only make them sound complicated because they don't understand them well enough yet to explain them simply. Because when you do understand them, they're easier than you think. So here's how you can use it today. I promise to help you guys get a better understanding of our systems. So let's build an ad together. Let me stop this share and let's head on over to Safari and build an ad. All right, you guys should be able to see my screen here. So I got a couple of ads running right now for a couple of different things, but we're going to go here to this big green button and I'm going to press create. We're then going to click engagement and press continue. We're going to do manual engagement campaign, continue. And we're going to set up one ad for the timing of this webinar here. And then I'll show you guys how to do the rest. So for this first campaign, you want to put Advantage campaign budget on. You want to just make this $5, then press next. All right. And then what we need to do is we want to use messaging apps because we want these to show up in Messenger. Then you want to choose a Facebook page. You might have to choose a Facebook page. All right. Scroll on down a little bit. And then you want to choose your area. So you want to choose your city specifically. Okay. So I'm going to do League City, Texas, because that's where I live. League City. There we go. All right. And then I like to do about 15 miles just because of the size and being south of Houston. Okay. There we go. Then we're going to go next. All right. And then we're going to add a photo. So you'll need to upload a photo. I already have some uploaded here. We will use this one right here. Just like that. And done. All right, but that's not the end. All right, that's not everything yet. So we do need to add a primary text. Now you don't need to add a primary text, but sometimes it does help. Now, depending on what you want to buy, sometimes it's good to be specific. Looking to buy iPhone 11 and newer, right? You can put something similar to that. Sell your device today for cash. All right, there we go. Something simple, right? And then you can make the headline. There we go. You can make it like iPhone 11 and newer, right? Or if that's what you want to do. Sometimes you can just put sell a device or something like that. All right, so this is what the ad will now look like. Scroll on down a little bit more, and then we want to use, I'm going to use an existing. You guys can create your own if you would like. Mine is pretty simple though. Where'd it go? Oh, it disappeared for some reason. Well, it's already there. But basically, I just set up some questions. It's like sell a phone, sell a Samsung, sell something else. Now, you don't only want to do one ad. The best thing to do here is to go to this here, click quickly duplicate. And then all you have to do is swap out the photo now, which is pretty cool. So let's go here. I'm going to go to the little trash can, add media, add image, and then we'll add a different photo. Just like that. And then you want to do that about 5 times. So you want 5 total ads. For the sake of this presentation, I'm going to keep it a little short, but you want 5 of these new engagement pieces right here. All right, that divvies it up, and it comes out to about $1 per ad because of the $5 we put in the front. It's not $5 per ad, just so you guys are aware. All right, and then after that, you just click publish, and that's it. So let's roll on back to the presentation, and you guys can start one of these tonight if you would like. But let's get back to this presentation. Here we go. So I hope you enjoyed that. Who here has a little bit of a better understanding of what a paid ad is? You can drop a comment below for me. Great. Let's move to the next pillar. The next pillar is diversification. Diversifying what you buy and sell is a very powerful skill set. Here's how I learned it. I started off this business like most people did. I started off by just flipping phones. I started off flipping low-end Samsungs and LG phones though. Then I eventually got my hands on an iPhone, got used to it, and so I started flipping those too. One thing I noticed though, there would be a few days where I go without buying one phone. Then I would buy a lot of phones at once. In the business, we call this the wave. Only issue was that it would make my business super unpredictable. I saw a few other guys starting to buy MacBooks and other items. Even my mentor Dave bought a lot of other items outside of phones. I didn't start buying other items until I started paid ads. So when I did, I started paid ads for those items as well. I learned pretty quickly I could apply the same skills to buying these items as I could with phones. What's even crazier is that the leads were cheaper because no one else was buying them. People are less emotionally invested in items that aren't phones. So I was able to start buying more and more devices. Here's a breakdown of what this looks like today. 22% iPhones, 7.5% Samsungs, 10% switches, 15% VR headsets. You guys can read the rest. Here's it broken down even further. A lot of different items in here. A lot of different items. So it's safe to say that when you buy more items and you make more profit when you diversify. This is my personal experience, but I believe that being able to buy more than phones helps solidify your business as a business. Here's why. When you tell people to buy more than phones, when you tell people you buy more than phones, they're likely to come back to you and sell you more stuff. Here's a quick case study. I had a lead sell me 7 items one time because I told him that I bought more than just phones. Keep in mind, this guy reached out to me and wanted to sell a Samsung Galaxy S10 Lite. It was also cracked, very cheap phone. Obviously, I didn't want to buy it for much, and I told him that, but I also told him that I buy other items also. I ended up buying a Surface Pro, PS4 Pro, MP3 player, and a lot of other items. Here's the proof. Here are a few of those items that I sold from that meetup. Here's a Nintendo Switch. Here is the MP3 player, funny enough. Here is Pokemon Legends Arceus that I bought with the Switch. Here's Amazon Kindle, Quest 2, controllers for the Quest 2. Oh, and here was the original phone that he messaged me about. I paid $350 for everything. Net profit without the Surface Pro was $235. I kept the Surface Pro because it was an awesome computer. It's one of the bonuses of the business is you get cool electronics. So now I want to talk about the top 10 electronics to buy and sell. Number 1, obviously, iPhones. The top models to buy are iPhone 8 through the iPhone 14 or 15, whenever this recording is being made. Top models to buy for MacBooks. I love MacBooks. To this day, my highest profit ever was due to a MacBook, and that profit was $1,900. So top models to buy are MacBooks 2014 through 2023 or 2024, depending on what year you're watching this. Oculus Quest, top models to buy, the Oculus Go through the Oculus Quest Pro. Then we have more VR stuff, actually. We got the Valve Index and the HTC Vive. These are by far one of my top items to buy and flip. I love the Valve Index due to the insanely high profit margins we get on them. Then we got the Nintendo Switch. The top models to buy here are the Switch Lite through the OLED. Then we have iPads. So I like to buy iPad, the regular one, 2018 and newer, the iPad mini, and the Pro, all 2018 and newer. PlayStations, love PlayStations. The PS3 backwards compatible one, that's a profit. That one's profit. Custom made PS3 versions, PS4 Slim, Pro, and then obviously the PS5. One over here that I want you guys to look at. This is a PS4 Pro, 1 terabyte, The Last of Us Part 2, limited edition. I bought this thing for $160. Sold for $400. Wild. Smartwatches. A lot of phone flippers pass on smartwatches. I love smartwatches. Buy the smartwatches. Samsungs. Top models to buy, Galaxy S series, Note series, the Z Fold, and then the Z Flip as well. I actually just bought a Z Flip today. And then cameras. Cameras are massive money if you figure out what you're doing. Nikon, Canon, and Fujifilm are the ones that I kind of focus in on for those. So I'm hoping that you can see that there is an endless possibility of devices that you can buy, along with an endless amount of ways to get them. As you guys can see, this is where all my leads come from and the percentages with them. You can see 18% from Facebook ads, 13% from pawn shops, 18% from repeat customers. You guys get the idea. There's a lot of power in diversifying your buying. So much so that people will turn into repeat customers faster than normal. People sell their phone roughly every 6 months. But if someone sold you something every 3 months, would you turn it down? I think not. Is everyone understanding how we can make more money by buying more things? Let me know in the comments below. Appreciate it. So let's move on to pillar number 4, Google My Business and SEO. This is where your business gets built for the long haul. The faster you start this, the faster the snowball of free leads starts. The first key to pillar number 4 is getting your business profile on Google. You have to set up your business through Google for them to recommend you. Here are a few of my students who use this. We got Bye Bye Tech from Hunter here, and then the Toronto phone buyer, Kayla. This is what you want it to look like. These students get messages directly from their Google My Business profile. Here's a sneak peek of what that looks like inside of our dashboards. Here are the main 4 things that you need to get right when it comes to Google My Business. Reviews. Reviews are by far the most important part when it comes to getting your business seen on Google. Answering the phone. Google will promote your business higher if you answer the phone more. Optimizing your website. Getting the right website that can funnel leads to you so that you can call them is very important. And then photos with customers. This is by far one of the most ninja moves that you can do when it comes to getting people to choose your business. So now we know the core 4 pillars: reach outs, paid social ads, diversification, Google My Business, and SEO. So far in this presentation, we have covered: you make more money when people know about you and what you buy. When you double your leads, you double your business. There are only 4 main ways to get leads to buy more devices. Here's the core 4. So we talked about reach outs. We talked about paid social ads. We talked about diversification. And we talked about Google My Business and SEO. Then I showed you real life examples of how this stuff works and how it'll work for you. So here's the deal. Reach outs will help you start your business if you have absolutely nothing. Ads got me out of my job and it will solidify your business. Diversifying what you buy will give you more buying opportunities and make you more attractive in the marketplace to sellers. Google My Business and SEO will solidify your business against your competitors in the marketplace. Can you see how knowing how to get leads and implementing systems can give you the freedom to pursue the business and life you want? Can you see how learning the core 4 pillars can start 2x or even 5x your business? Can you see how learning how to get leads on demand gives you an endless chance to figure things out? In short, can you see why the core 4, aka knowing how to generate business and leads, is a skill set worth having? These skill sets may just be the bridge between where you are and where you want to go. So here's what I know. Even if we had a full day together instead of just 90 minutes or whatever this is going to be, it's going to be hard, almost impossible to give you all of that. No matter how good anyone is, one 90-minute presentation isn't going to change your life. You need more than that. And while everything I've given you today is valuable, it's just the tip of the iceberg. And if you like what I've shared with you so far, you'll love what I got for you next. You see, before doing this presentation today, I was faced with one of 2 choices. The first option is I could part ways with you and then hope that on your own you can figure it out. The second option I could take a more active role and responsibility for your success to create a win-win situation. I chose the second option. The results of putting in super late hours to make things easy to understand and easy to implement. Everything I know when it comes to starting, growing, and scaling a profitable buyback and reselling business. Everything I know about getting leads and building systems specifically for a reselling business. And so with great pleasure, I introduce you to the Starter Kit program, what you're going to use to start your buyback business. With this system, you will wield the entire Core 4 method and become a master phone flipper that can generate leads on demand and become a force your competition can't even fathom. So here's what you guys are going to get. This is about to get bananas, so buckle up. If you're someone who doesn't get enough leads, or you can't convert the leads you do get, or people don't trust you enough to sell you their items, or your cost per lead is just too much, then pay attention because this is for you. The automated sourcing method. Now, you might be wondering, what does automated sourcing mean? It means you run ads on platforms such as Facebook, Instagram, and Google that bring leads into your inbox daily on autopilot. Here's how it'll make you money. It will put leads that are ready to sell their devices in your inbox on a daily basis so you don't have to rely on reaching out to sellers on Marketplace. Doing ads the right way the first time will help you make more money faster. Let me prove it to you. Kayla went from running no ads to $30 a day in ads and completely flipped her business from 100% reach outs to ads. Hunter went from no ads to running $50 a day and did $8,700 in profit only from ads in 1 month using the automated sourcing method. Nestor combined reach outs and the automated sourcing method and hit $5,000 in profit within 4 months. Ben Rossau implemented the automated sourcing method for game consoles only and bought 41 game consoles to fix and flip for only $600 in ad spend over 2.5 months. So you could say this works. So here's exactly what you'll get in the automated sourcing method. Number 1, you'll be able to launch your very first Facebook ad campaign so you can start getting leads. Step 2, you'll learn how to launch your very first Instagram ad campaign. Step 3, you'll learn how to launch a Google Ads campaign once your Google My Business is in place. Now, we didn't just stop with showing you simply how to start ads. Like I said, I want to make a more active approach in this for you. Here's what the automated sourcing method goes over. What interruption marketing is and how best to respond to that lead. What behavior-based marketing is and how best to speak with those leads. How to follow up with your leads so you can squeeze as much profit out as possible. How to understand exactly how to split test your ad campaign. My 3-step automated sourcing method optimization protocol for getting your ads optimized. Do you think this could double the number of leads you get per day? For me, this system that I built through trial and error cost me $32,294 to learn. That does not include the $49,670 in ad spend that I used to test the methods. That also doesn't include the ad accounts I've managed for over the past 5 years for other people all over the country. This all took over 5 years of testing and making errors, getting ad accounts banned, and simply just taking the slow and expensive way to make things work well. But I want to save you the 5 years of trial and error and the $81,964 it took for me to learn this and just give you the fast, easy, and cheap way. This is so valuable, you could literally do nothing else I show you. Just use the automated sourcing method and get yourself to $10,000 in profit within about a 6-month time frame. How do I know that? Because in the beginning, I built my entire business on Facebook ads alone. I value this today at only a fraction of my investment, time and money, at $997. So here's what you're going to get. The automated sourcing method at $997 in value. Now, if you haven't started your business yet, or you want to start a side hustle, and you have no customers whatsoever, then pay attention because we made this for you. The $0 to $2,500 profit roadmap, ad basics and scripts, This is all part of the starter kit program. Here's how to make you money. Let's say you want to get leads, but you're on a $0 budget. You're going to want a way to advertise that's reliable, low risk, repeatable, and low cost. The buyback starter kit I've created meets all of these requirements. In fact, this short program is meant to help you get to your first $2,500 in profit. So if you need to get customers, this is the fastest, cheapest, and most certain way to get them. And using the skills taught in the starter kit will get you to your first $2,500 in profit. In fact, Pierre used the skills taught in this $0 to $2,500 starter kit roadmap to make his first $7,500 in profit. Wild. The great part is the starter kit and the $0 to $2,500 roadmap works no matter what, as long as you do it. So here's what it'll show you how to do. It'll show you how to start with $0, how to build a plan for your business, how to generate leads from reaching out on Marketplace, the basics of paid ads, offer making basics, how to negotiate, how to meet up with a customer, and where to sell. This is step by step the exact system I used to get my first reselling customers. This system costed me 4 years of working a job I didn't love and a few months of lost income to figure out. So, the not fun way. But I want to save you the 4 years it took me to figure it out and just give you the shortcut, aka the fun way, so that you can start tomorrow. For many of you here today, this is the only thing you'll need to quit your job and start the business that you've been thinking about. And even though quitting your job and pursuing your dream is priceless, to make sure you can actually get started, I value the roadmap, ad basics, and the scripts inside of the starter kit program, along with everything else you're going to get, at only a fraction of my investment, $497. So here's what you're going to get so far. You're going to get the automated sourcing method valued at $997 in value. You're going to get the starter kit roadmap. Total value, $1,494. Now, I want to talk to someone else in the audience. If you're someone who already is getting leads, but you're having a difficult time closing those leads, and you're just not sure what you're doing wrong. Maybe people don't respond to your offer. Maybe people ghost you often. Maybe you just can't seem to get people to show up or meet you. Or maybe you've driven an entire hour to go buy a device only to find no one there to sell it. Then I made this for you. The buyback negotiations playbook that will be included with the starter kit. Here is what negotiating the right way does. It shows a seller that you're serious about buying their device. It shows that you're a professional buyback business. Wins your customer over so they sell to you more often and sell you more stuff. And it makes you a lot more money. Once you get good at negotiating, you can actually get less leads and make more money. So here's what you'll get in the buyback negotiations playbook. You'll get the bullet negotiation script, rebuttal training, and the scheduled meetup model script. This is the exact negotiation process I use to increase my closing rate by 50% over the phone and messaging. This buyback negotiations playbook can be used in all of these areas: reach outs, Facebook leads, Google My Business, Instagram leads, direct message leads, and wherever else you get leads. This is one of the most valuable skill sets I've ever mastered. This skill set has made me over $500,000 reselling phones and electronics. So here's what the buyback negotiations playbook will help you do. If you follow the script, you'll close more deals. You'll earn more business from each customer. Customers will come back to you over and over again. You'll be more confident in your offers. Over time, you will become immune to the word no. You'll dominate your competition even if they offer higher prices. You'll win more referrals from your customers. Here's what I value the buyback negotiation playbook at: $1,497. So here's so far what you get. Total value, $2,991. Now let's say you're in the opposite position and you have absolutely no issue buying and negotiating for devices at the right prices. In fact, you have inventory stacked in your business that you can't seem to move for the life of you. Well, I made this for you. Electronics listing mastery. So here's why it's awesome. You don't need a light box to take perfect photos. You don't need a listing space for your devices. You don't have to use a fancy camera. You don't need to come up with a crazy description. We will show you the right way to list, which will give you the momentum on whether you're selling on eBay, Swappa, or Mercari. I've already told you I've made well over 6 figures selling electronics on eBay. Listing online is incredibly important for any business that is looking to start, grow, or even scale. Check this out. A student sent me this the other day. He started 35 days ago. All year, he has done $22,492 in sales. In the past 30 days, he has done $10,579.89 in sales. In the past week, he did $3,136.25 in sales. I'd say eBay and online listing is working out for him. Well, let's talk about the elephant in the room. What about the scammers? Yes, there are online pirates that try to con us out of our hard-earned money. Some people say that you can't do anything once they decide to scam you. Those people are dead wrong. Let me tell you why. I've only been scammed once in my 8 years selling online. And all of my coaches, it's a non-issue. It's the non-issue among many of my students. Why though? It's because of my bulletproof eBay description template. It literally scares away scammers from buying our items. You see, the description is so thorough that a scammer would have to be stupid to buy our item and then turn around and scam us. The great part about it is it's copy and paste and simple. And that's exactly how it should be. I value the electronics listing mastery at $997. So far, here's what you get. You get the automated sourcing method valued at $997. You get the starter kit valued at $497 in value. You get the buyback negotiation playbook valued at $1,497. You get the electronics listing mastery valued at $997. Total value so far, $3,988. Now, I know what you're probably thinking. This question is probably wreaking havoc on your brain. Yeah, okay, Chris, sounds good, but what about the fees? Here's the deal. If you're worried about fees, it's an offer making and appraisal problem, not a selling problem. As my mentor David always said, the money is made when you buy, not when you sell. So if you're worried about fees, you should be a little bit more focused on your offers, which is why I made this for you. The appraisal and offer making guide. Here's why you want it. It's got an appraisal calculator. It's got an eBay appraisal walkthrough, a direct buyer appraisal walkthrough, GameStop appraisal walkthrough, iPhone, Samsung, iPad, smartwatch buyback sheets that show you how to appraise it correctly and more. If you know how to accurately appraise something online, you will have no issue making an offer. Realistically, you should have a general idea of your potential profit before you even meet up with the customer. This is where the appraisal guide comes in. Say goodbye to the days of silence over the phone or messaging because it takes you forever to find a value of something. If you do it long enough, you'll get so confident that you'll remember offers for certain items in your muscle memory. But you have to get the reps of appraising items first. And this offer making and appraisal guide is the first step. Here's what I value the guide at, about $497. So here's what you get so far. You get the automated sourcing method valued at $997. You get the starter kit, which all of this is the starter kit, but the $0 to $2,500 roadmap. You get the buyback negotiation playbook valued at $1,497. You get the electronics listing mastery valued at $997. You get the offer making and appraisal guide valued at $497. Total value so far, $4,485. Now, who likes automation? For years, I spent a lot of my time doing tasks that I could have automated, but I didn't know how. Tasks like follow-up messages, marketplace alerts, all in one place to answer my leads, CRMs, keeping notes on what customers sell, organizing my leads, having a website. Here's how I used to follow up with people. I'd remember them randomly and search through Facebook messages for the name that I had forgot. and I reach out asking if they had any other devices that they might be looking to sell. Many times they did. All I had to do was ask. But how many people do you think I forgot about? Thousands. I still have a gigantic stack of physical bill of sales. I wonder how much money I missed out on. I eventually found a solve for this issue of not constantly following up with my customers. And that solve was Resell Deck. Resell Deck is a CRM that is built specifically for phone flippers and resellers. It serves as a back office for us and allows us to focus on the more important things like negotiating with leads and closing deals. Here's what Resell Deck helped me do. Helped me start following up with the customers every 30 days after they sold me something. It helped me organize my leads so I knew where to focus my energy. It helped me build a buyback website. It was the reason Google Ads became a reality for me and most people. It helped me schedule posts on all platforms. It put all my conversations with customers in one place. It saved all my contacts automatically, and it helped me stay incredibly organized. To this day, it's still the best investment into my reselling business that I've ever made. Now, don't get me wrong. Resell Deck is a scaling feature for a phone flipper. It's not what will drive your business. It is simply a tool. A tool's worth is 100% dependent upon how well we use the tool. Check out two of my students that deployed Resell Deck in their business. We got Hunter here. He says, it helped my business by getting more repeat customers. He goes on to say, I would definitely recommend it to people unless they are competition in my area. And then Tyler over here on the right says, I can't thank Resell Deck enough for what it offers. Streamline my bill of sale, keeps track of my leads, and organizes all my customers and their info. So, and then he goes on to say how it helped him close an extra deal from a repeat customer. How much more do you think you make when you follow up with your customers regularly? You actually double your profits for real. So this is a Hunter's buyback sheet where he was tracking his repeat profit. 71% of his entire business in this month was repeat customers, thanks to Resell Deck. Oh, and before I forget, remember that ad that took us about 5 minutes to launch earlier? Yeah, you can launch those from Resell Deck in about 3 clicks. Now, based on how much money and time Resell Deck has saved and created for me and my students on follow-ups alone, I value it at this, about $3,564 a year. So you're probably wondering, how do you get Resell Deck? Resell Deck hasn't been available to the public for over a year now. It's actually, right now, it's reserved for my Resellerator Mastermind students only. But today, you'll be able to get it, and I'll explain how shortly. So far, here's what you get. You get the automated sourcing method, valued at $997. You get the starter kit, or the $0 to $2,500 roadmap, valued at $497. You get the buyback negotiation playbook, valued at $1,497. You get the electronics listing mastery, valued at $997. You get the offer making and appraisal guide, valued at $497. And you get a 14-day trial of Resell Deck, which I'll go over here in a few minutes. Total value, $8,049. Now, before we wrap up, I have one last fantastic software that I recently acquired that I think you will love. We spoke earlier about how reach outs are incredibly important to starting and even growing a business. What if I were to help you make that, I don't know, easier? Would that be cool? Introducing Resell Hawk. Resell Hawk is a software that sends you deals via email and text daily for items of your choosing. Does that sound cool? So here's Resell Hawk in action. I got an alert from Resell Hawk one morning for a Valve Index that was for sale for $550 on Facebook Marketplace. I obviously quickly messaged the guy and offered $450. He accepted. We met, I paid him the cash, and I got to listing. Here is that deal in my car. I made over $400 in profit off of that deal thanks to Resell Hawk. Here's the headset that sold for $379. Here is the base stations that sold for $244. Here's a controller that sold for $160. Here's the HTC Vive trackers that came with it, sold for $350. Here's the other controller that sold. And I'm not the only one that's been made money because of Resale Hawk. Tyler recently made $100 in profit on an iPhone that he was alerted about. Now, Resale Hawk doesn't only work for Marketplace. We've also recently added in OfferUp, Craigslist, and for the Canadians, Kijiji. I'm sure it's easy to see how Resale Hawk can help you with your reach outs. Now, normally Resale Hawk is about $40 a month. But since you're already on this class, you'll get Resale Hawk with Resale Deck for 14 days free if you decide to move forward and get the starter kit today. So here's what you get. You get the automated sourcing method valued at $997. You get the starter kit, or the $0 to $2,500 roadmap, valued at $497. You get the buyback negotiation playbook, valued at $1,497. You get the electronics listing mastery, valued at $997. You get the offer making and appraisal guide, valued at $497. You get Resale Deck plus Resale Hawk for $3,564 a year in value. But that's a 14-day trial as well. So total value is $8,049. So even if you don't use every bit and piece of this, you'll have all of the Infinity Stones. So you might be wondering, where do I even start? Don't worry, we'll help you figure that out. Here's what everything looks like at scale. You get leads from your paid ads on a daily basis from people who are interested in selling their stuff. Resale Hawk alerts you to new items that were posted that day that you can jump on and make an offer on. Your Google My Business is sending you phone call leads with people that are hungry to sell their devices. You meet people twice a day and have lineups at a Starbucks or other meetup location. Your business is busy and you're selling items daily and getting eBay and direct buyer deposits every morning. Your customers start sending you customers. Your business grows to the point where repeat customers make up the bulk of your business. You are able to track your profit and loss and even track where your leads are coming from. You are happy and making money, but also still driven for more at the same time. You're home with your family and not out at a job all day long because you can now take care of yourself and not rely on a paycheck every Friday. You're free. The reason I know what this looks like is because I lived it. Just to be clear, it took me a while to figure this stuff out. Everything I'm giving you here has cost me time and money. You're basically getting the experience without the mistakes. If you ignored everything else and simply got clarity on what you should be doing to grow, it would cover the entire investment. So here's what you get. Total value, $8,049. Listen, everything I'm giving you here is more valuable than some of the masterminds that costed me $24K plus. And will give you hilariously more value than a $100,000 four-year degree. So if I were to price this at what it's truly worth, I wouldn't have any issue asking you to invest about 15 grand. But before I tell you the price, let me ask you a question. How much is getting your time back worth to you? An extra 10,000 a year? 50,000 a year? Hold the number in your head. If you knew beyond a shadow of a doubt that it would happen, wouldn't it be worth at least that much? Because after I launched Resellerator 1.0, which eventually turned into the starter kit, Ricky started making $5,000 in profit, which is about 60 grand a year. Hunter started doing an average of $6,000 in profit a year, or $6,000 in profit per month. That's 72 grand a year as a college student. Kayla scaled her business from reach outs to paid ads and does $5,500 a month in profit consistently, $66,000 a year. For these guys, learning the skill sets would have been worth it at any price. And that's why the starter kit program is a bargain at $10,797. But consider this. If all this did was give you enough money to quit your job like it did for me, or allow you to start your first real business like it did for me, or save you from closing your business, if all this did was triple your lead flow, if all this did was in 6 months give you the skills to operate your own business effectively, Wouldn't it be worth it? I think so too. Which is why it's an even bigger bargain at $4,997. Because if every week all this does is get you 5 more customers, 2 more repeats, 1 referral, it'll pay for itself. Look at that, I'm getting a lead. It'll pay for itself in months or even weeks. And the best part is you only invest once, but you get to keep making money using the skills to resell for the rest of your life. That is why skills are the best investment. Look, if I had put $1,000 into the S&P 500 in 2017, I would have $2,183 today. That's it. But I continually invest my dollars into myself and my skill set. So which would you rather have, the 5 grand or all the skill sets? I'd rather have the skill sets too. Which is why this may be the best offer I've ever given at not 10,000, not 499, but $2,997. Because I want each of you to 2x, 5x, and 10x what you're doing right now over the next 12 months. And I know how life-changing this business has been for me and my family. And I want this to be affordable for everyone, but still an investment. I'm not going to ask for $10,797, even though it would be totally reasonable and a bargain. I'm not going to ask for $4,997. I'm not even going to ask for $2,997. I'm going to give you access to everything today for a payment of a single multiple payment of just $7 a month. That's it. Pay me $7 a month or $97, $147 lifetime. So who wants in? How do you get it? So here's the link. It'll be dropped in the description and everywhere else this is placed below. But it's resellingelectronicsforprofit.com/learn47. That's it. Dig in. I'll talk to you guys soon. Get started. Check out the description below, the first comment, wherever this is posted. Check it out. Because this program is the starter kit program. It'll get you started. So enjoy the content. Hope you guys liked the presentation. Let me know how I did below, and keep crushing. Love you guys. Peace out.